Intricate number symbolism. The image. The movement of heaven is full of power. Thus the superior man makes himself strong and untiring. Since there is only one heaven, the doubling of the trigram, Chen, of which heaven is the image, indicates the movement of heaven. One complete revolution of heaven makes a day, and the repetition of the trigram means that each day is followed by another. This creates the idea of time. Since it is the same heaven moving with untiring power, there is also created the idea of duration, both in and beyond time, a movement that never stops nor slackens, just as one day follows another in an unending course. This duration in time is the image of the power inherent in the creative. With this image as a model, the sage learns how best to develop himself so that his influence may endure. He must make himself strong in every way by consciously casting out all that is inferior and degrading. Thus he attains that tirelessness which depends upon consciously limiting the fields of his activities. The lines 9 at the beginning means hidden dragon. Do not act. In China, the dragon has a meaning altogether different from that given it in the Western world. The dragon is a symbol of the electrically charged, dynamic, arousing force that manifests itself in the thunderstorm. It's a dragon burp. In winter, this energy withdraws into the earth. In the early summer, it becomes active again, appearing in the sky as thunder and lightning. As a result, the creative forces on earth begin to stir again. Here, this creative force is still hidden beneath the earth and therefore has no effect. In terms of human affairs, this symbolizes a great man who is still unrecognized. Nonetheless, he remains true to himself. He does not allow himself to be influenced by outward success or failure, but confident in his strength, he bides his time. Tick, 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 tick. Hence, it is wise for the man who consults the oracle and draws this line to wait in the calm strength of patience. The time will fulfill itself. One need not fear lest strong will should not prevail. The main thing is not to expend one's powers prematurely in an attempt to obtain by force something for which the time is not yet ripe. 9 in the second place means dragon appearing in the field. It furthers one to see the great man. Here the effects of the light-giving power begin to manifest themselves. In terms of human affairs, this means that the great man makes his appearance in his chosen field of activity. As yet he has no commanding position, but is still with his peers. However, what distinguishes him from the others is his seriousness of purpose, his unqualified reliability, and the influence he exerts on his environment without conscious effort. Such a man is destined to gain great influence and to set the world in order. Therefore, it is favorable to see him. 9 in the third place means all day long the superior man is creatively active all day long. At nightfall, his mind is still beset with cares. Danger, no blame. A sphere of influence opens up for the great man. His fame begins to spread. The masses flock to him. His inner power is adequate to the increased outer activity. There are all sorts of things to be done, and when others are at rest in the evening, plans and anxieties press in upon him. But danger lurks here at the place of transition from lowliness to the heights. Many a great man has been ruined because the masses flocked to him and swept him into their course, like lemmings. Ambition has destroyed his integrity. However, true greatness is not impaired by temptations. He who remains in touch with the time that is dawning and with its demands is prudent enough to avoid all pitfalls and remain blameless. 9 in the fourth place means wavering flight over the depths, no blame. A place of transition. A place of transition has been reached, and free choice can enter in. A twofold possibility is presented to the great man. He can soar to the heights and play an important part in the world, or he can withdraw into solitude and develop himself. He can go the way of the hero or that of the holy sage who seeks seclusion. There is no general law to say which of the two is the right way. Each one in this situation must make a free choice according to the inner law of his being. If the individual acts consistently and is true to himself, he will find the way that is appropriate for him or her. The way is right for him and without blame. 9 in the fifth place means flying dragon in the heavens. It furthers one to see the great man. Here the great man has attained the sphere of the heavenly beings. His influence spreads and becomes visible throughout the whole world. Everyone who sees him may count himself blessed. Confucius says about this line, "Things that accord in tone vibrate together. Things that have affinity in their innermost natures seek one another. Water flows to what is wet. Fire turns to what is dry. Clouds, the breath of heaven, follow the dragon. Wind, the breath of earth, follows the tiger. Thus the sage arises, and all creatures follow him with their eyes. What is born of heaven feels related to what is above. What is born of earth feels related to what is below. Each follows its kind." None at the top means arrogant dragon will have cause to repent. When a man seeks to climb so high that he loses touch with the rest of mankind, he becomes isolated, and this necessarily leads to failure. This line warns against titanic aspirations that exceed one's power. Like Clint Eastwood said, a man should know his limitations. This line warns against titanic aspirations that exceed one's power. A precipitous fall would follow. When all the lines are nines, it means there appears a flight of dragons without heads, good fortune. When all the lines are nines, it means that the whole hexagram is in motion and changes into the hexagram kun, the receptive, whose character is devotion. The strength of the creative and the mildness of the receptive unite. Strength is indicated by the flight of dragons, mildness by the fact that their heads are hidden. This means that mildness in action, joined to strength of decision, brings good fortune. And this is none other than the I Ching, the Chinese book of changes.